Welcome. This is Crime Queen. If you are joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile, makes us laugh. Hence, we say the crimson light is alive. The crimson light is our journey to actualizing self-full love. This is where we are having fun with words and numbers, numerology to be precise. And since we are talking about actualizing self-full love, in fact, just to clarify the word self-full love in that sense is that because some people get the impression that it's that selfish notion of just loving yourself. Of course, it entails loving yourself too, but we are looking at that oneness. And when we speak of that oneness, let's just clarify this. It is that vibration. When we use the word one and do the numerical value for one, of course, we see it comes to 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 is that wholeness of of all creation. Of course, we learn that God created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and on the seventh day He hallowed it. He blessed it. He rested. Whatever He did, of course. And that's why we see the number 7. It's like, we do that. We have done a creative work and we are feeling very good about it. We review it, we admire it, we examine it, and we are standing strong, whether we approve of it or not. But of course, 7 is feeling very proud. I have done something. I have done something new. This is what 7 is saying. But it's that wholeness. It's ready to really take stock of everything it's done. And here we are. Of course, so I have done a number of presentations on the number 7. Of course, that entails number 1 to 7. And here we have, you could say we have wrapped up number 7, but there is so much to all the numbers, because one of the things we are doing here on this channel of self-full love is really anchoring on to sacrifice. Anchoring on to sacrifice does not mean we are only thinking about that which we have to discharge of ourselves or give of ourselves or deplete of ourselves to gaining something. That is all part of it, but it's more to understanding the significance of what we are doing and why we do what we do. Of course, this is what makes us grow. This is what makes us take stock of where we are at, where we have been, and where we are going. And how else can we do that if we do not really take time to examine the essence of our actions? Everything seems to be of some sacrificial notion in some way. Everything that we are doing, it's as if we need to leave one thing which will seem like instant gratification often, or a form of gratification, to have another. Whether it is something that may benefit us directly or indirectly, or we feel it's another person. Of course, parents do that all the time. We sacrifice ourselves, we say, to give to our children. But there's the flip side to all of this. We call it sacrifice, but would we have it any other way that we would just seek our own personal instant gratification and leave our children without? Does it not make us feel better about ourselves when we are doing something that we believe will be of more benefit, not only for our children but for ourselves? It is like a win-win situation when we are acting on what we often call sacrifice. So it's about putting things into perspective. It's about really taking into consideration the whole. There's the 7 that I am talking about, the whole of creation. So there, in that sense, we are not only looking at one aspect of that whole, like just ourselves there. We have thought of our children. We have thought of their education. We have thought of where we have been. We have thought of where we want to be. We have taken all that image or all that construct of how of the fullness of our lives to making that decision which we call sacrifice. Let's be real. That's what I want to say. It's that realist perspective, or that real perspective, that I want to really engage in and really look at it from the notion of numerology. Now, I'm doing this from a perspective of numerology because so far that's what seemed to be really, like they'd say, cutting it. That's what seemed to be doing it for me, and I hope for you too, because of course we have learned so much, and the Bible, which I really anchor on as well, with all these wonderful biblical stories, seem to have so much that sometimes if we are not careful, we can go insane with so many different interpretations and ideas. And I believe everything has its place. I believe everyone can find their place. And it's not for me to tell someone else what to believe in or what not to. But I'm just presenting this perspective of what I have found beneficial for me on my journey. And like everything else, if it was a lovely pie, you want to share it with somebody else. And this really is delicious. A delicious meal, a delicious intake. And so I am happily sharing. And let's have fun. Let's have fun with it. So, as I say, if you're new to this channel as well, this is the depiction of Mother Eve. This is the story of the I am that I am, which was given to Moses, the leader of the tribe of the children of Israel, to go into the promised land. Of course, God had this, Moses had the encounter with God, and when asked of God, well, who should I tell the children of Israel that it was that I saw through the burning bush? The burning bush, okay, that I need to do the numerical value on the burning bush as well. But through the burning bush, of course, we have red. That is what we are talking about here. Red equals 9. Burning bush, of course, when we think of burning bush, the color red or crimson comes to mind too, or orange, that comes to mind. So this is what we are talking about. We see how everything is interrelated. So this is where we have the I am that I am. The story that we have been taught, the I am that I am, the dots and the dots are all here. The A is here. This is the I. And we know that, of course, our first story that we learned about was with Adam and Eve. Adam equals 10, which is 14, 14. So in case you're new to this, let's just do, we have done this ADAM, and this is 1414. Of course, following the numerical value of Adam. And if we do Eve, of course, Eve comes to 14. And when we add these together, we have 10 here, and this is 5 here. 10 and 5 is 15. Now we have 15 on our template, comes into this middle section. So the word new, N-E-W, with these letters here, with each equaling the numerical value of 5, of course, is 15. So this is the template, 1 to 9, and we have 15 here. So Adam and Eve were here. Of course, this is where each of these being 5, this is Mother Eve. So 1 plus 5, as in numerical values, we have the 6 here. 1 plus 5 is 6. So we have 6 here, and of course, each of these fives symbolize Eve. Now, of course, we have been addressing the story of Eve. We also see that the story of Eve is really the story of Christ. And it may sound a little strange because we have been told, of course, it is because Adam and Eve had committed the sin, and of course, Christ had to come to save us. But in actual fact, it would seem like, from my understanding in doing these numerical exercises, that Eve had actually, there was a sacrifice. They had given there would be a sort of sacrifice in that sense. They had eaten of this fruit of, meaning they had let go of fear, if there was such thing, or inhibitions, if there was such a thing, or whatever it was, but they had held on to what was perceived as freedom. Hence, free, fives, the number 3. This is why we have 3 here. When we do the numerical value for freedom, it equals free. When we do the numerical value for bread, which Christ served, which was at the Last Supper, or blood, that equals 21, so that's 3. And we speak of the 12 disciples, of course. 12, the numerical value for 12 is 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. But again, we have that double 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. This is where Genesis comes in. This is where the word believe, when Christ kept saying about believe, that came in. Or the word flesh. I believe the word flesh as well. I have done flesh numerous times. It might be times, let's see, FLESH, that's 81536. So this is 8 and 1 9 and 5 14 and 9. So 14 and 9, that's 13 and 23. Okay, so flesh is 23. So we see this is where Eve comes in as well, still in the same column. So basically, we can see how the story of Eve is very central here, very central at this point. And it would seem like it's at this point too that life really comes into question. The beginning, which is 9, and 9 we often think is the last number. Of course, it's how we have been wired and how we have been taught, of course, to make sense of the world that we are in. We understand that. But going by the scriptures that we have been given from the Holy Bible, 9 would seem like the beginning from what we have learned, and 5 would be the end. We see that has transpired in the Alpha and the Omega, or the beginning, the word the beginning and the end. The end equals 5, of course. So there are lots. I have done lots on 5, but we want to really focus on the number 7. I have done numerical values for 7. Of course, Gypsy Journey. Now, I might have done a presentation on Gypsy Journey to really speak of 7, but I would like to readdress what I believe is vital in number 7. Of course, we see 1 is 7. We could start at that point. 1 is 7, but there we have one heart, one earth. Okay, so I really like the contents of number 7 when we done the numerical value for heart and earth. So let's do heart here, Heart. So heart, in fact, I won't be going over doing the numerical values, but it's 8, 5, 1, 9, 2. And when we add this together, so 2, oh, okay, I might as well just do this proper. Yes, no shortcuts. Okay, so we have heart, Heart, and we had 8, 5192. So if you're new to this, you can check out any of the presentations with the word heart and earth. You will get all the clarity on this. So this is 12 and 5. This is 17, 18, 19, 25. So this is 25. 2 plus 5 equals 7. So we have the same numerical value for the word earth, EARTH, because the only difference is that the H is positioned here. What we have found is that this, of course, is 9. We have focused on the center of the heart and the center of the earth. We have focused on this, and of course, when we add 1, this is the numerical value for A, 1, and 9 for R, we get 10. I have done numerical values and look at the word 10 or number 10 rather. We have seen that Satan is 10. We have seen heaven is 10. Hell is 10. Heaven is 10. We have done wonderful words too with 10. We have done, oh, I haven't done the word 17, which equals God. When we do the word 17, let's just do SEVEN. TEEN, because when we do the 17 for God, God, this is 4, 6, 7. 4 plus 6 is 10 and 7 is 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. So, of course, 17 is 8, but 8 is that symbol of infinity. And I'm going to emphasize this point. When we get to 8, it's that function. It's a function that depicts heaven and earth, if you like. It depicts blue and green, because blue is 4, green is also 4. Blue is 31. When we add 3 and 1 together, that's 4, and green is 31. No, blue is 13 and green is 31. So when we add these separately, we get 4. 4 and 4 is 8. It's the functions we are talking about here. And all the numbers are functions, really. And perhaps that is why we have been getting a bit muddled up in understanding lots of the scriptures. I'm not sure that this is the total answer to the scriptures, but so far it has been shedding light into a new and wonderful and exciting revelation that seemed to make sense to most of us. Okay, so we have 17. When we do the numerical value for the word 17, that gives us 37. Let's just do this. 1, 5, 4, 4, 5, 5, 2, 5, 5, 5. Of course, we have lots of 5s, and I am with the belief when we have all these 5s, we are just hitting straight into Eve or some very profound revelation, which is what's happening here. So 3 5s 15, and 10 25, and 10 35, and 2 35, 36, 37. 37. I go back and forth when I'm adding because I'm looking at what really is easier in my eyes, and that's how I do this. And of course, the bell is ringing, and let truth be said, like my grandmother would say whenever you were speaking and the bell is ringing, this is the truth. Okay, well, it's just the way I'm going. There's no false thing about this. Okay, so there we are, and I'm just, in case you are new to this and wondering what face it is that I'm working around, again, this is another depiction of Mother Eve, or Eve when God looked upon the face of the deep. there we are. So we are seeing we are dots basically. This is the energy vibration. It's like for instance, if you were to vacuum or blow some leaves all together in one direction, of course they would be concentrated in a certain area. It gives you an indication. That's how we came about. Okay, all right. So 17, 3 plus 7 is 10. So we are looking at going back to the word and the meaning of heart. I wanted to readdress this. I wanted to readdress to see how that oneness, because that's what we're about on actualizing self-love, in learning how to love one another. One, which is 7, when we do the numerical value for 1, that equals 7. Now, of course, we have 1. This is what we want to be doing. ONE, 5, 5. This is what I mean about this 5 and 6. So this is 16. 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. So there we see, let's just take all this mustache of Mother Eve. Okay, so we have seen how, for instance, we have in the heart. We are talking about the in the heart, the middle of the heart. It is like said scripturally, it is in the heart that all manner of ill reign, evil, good, adultery, but I say it's in the heart where all goodness prevails as well. Of course, but this is what we are asked to work with when Christ in his teachings, or in the teachings we learn from the scriptures, is saying, ye who are heir, let him hear. It means we are meant to listen from the heart. We are meant to listen to the earth. So this is in, this is internal, and of course, listening with the internal construct of the heart, or inner ear, this is our inner ear. Inner is 9, 5, 5, 5, again all these 9s. Oh, interesting. Inner. I love this word. It's got 3 5s and 2 9s tying it at the ends. Beautiful. So that's what inner is. So hence we could say, of course, when we speak of inner, whatever is in here. Inner. So let's do the numerical value. 9 and 9, 18. Let's get rid of this. 9 plus 9 is 18. And 15. So this is 5, and 5 plus 8 is 13. Ah, beautiful. 33. Yes, I get excited about numbers. That's what I do. But inner is 33. This is like the inner circle. Inner, of course, is that depiction of whatever is inside. So there we are, the inner. Oh, I love it. I love it. Of course. So the word air is 15, and 5 plus 1 is 6. So there we are. This is the inner air. So 5, of course, is 6. This is what we are guided to listen with. Our inner air. Inner is 6. Inner is 6. And new is 6. So every time we are listening, it's good to listen with fresh air. So in our inner air, our heart, our inner air is in the heart. I love it, really. So of course, 3 inner, 3 plus 3 is 6. So there we have 6. And we have also got numerical values for 6 here too. When we add, we have 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3. when we add these together, this is 6. Then we have 4. This is meaning 4 here, 4 points, but it's 4. The number 4, 5, 6. When we add 4, 5, 6 together, that is, well, I know the numerical value is 6, but that would be 3 5s 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. Yeah, I add like this because I take off that 1 here, put it onto that 4 in case I'm just letting you know how my brain works. Instead of thinking 4 and 5 is 9 and 9 and 6 is 15, I can do that too. But sometimes I usually, because of the times table, I think that we have learned, we have been conditioned a certain way. So I add like this. I mentally take numbers or digits from here. For instance, I would take that digit of 1 and put it onto that 7, and I think 3 8s are 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. Anyway, that tells you how we get these 3 6s here. So this 3 6s here also is teaching us or letting us see how 3 6s are 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. Puts us onto that 9 here. That's the power of sacrifice. Sacrifice takes us to the whole 9 miles. 9 miles. Okay, back to here. I felt it was very important for me to readdress this. It is so profound, and I think if we are to take anything away from all of this sacrifice, that is what it is. When we have answers that we need, questions that we need answers to, there we go to the heart. Men who have been people who have had that wisdom to say, when you have a problem or solution that you are seeking an answer to, instead of quickly taking it out, of course, to Tom, Dick, and Harry, we listen. If we go in silent and listen to the inner air here, we commune with our hearts, and perhaps that's what the psalmist was trying to say as well. Commune with your hearts on your bed and be still. Be still, meaning be quiet and just listen and permit ourselves to listen with our inner ear, here, which is in the middle of the heart, the word heart. And here we see there is that 519. For instance, the air. When we also do the numerical value, as I say, we do the numerical value for 915, that gives us 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6. So there we have that 6 in the middle block of sacrifice. The middle block of sacrifice here, which also works with that 15, with the number 9 here, because here we have, this is the wonderful thing with this template. It's just really beautiful. We have these 3 blocks of 369, 369, 369, which when added together, of course, each block equals 18. 1 to 8. 1 to 8. Of course, 1 plus 8 equals 9. Here we are seeing the robustness, or if there's such a word, but the construct of number 8. Number 8 is what sets. It is that unbreakable. It is breakable in a sense, but it is that symbol of infinity. In fact, like I have done the numerical value for God, which is 8, and we see how that bonds, because God is total. This is what we are getting here with total. Okay, I'm just being aware of the timer, which is nearly 30 minutes, but it's really this heart I want to really concentrate on, really extract the beautiful vibration that we can tap into here in the middle of the heart, and of course, the earth. So there we have, it is said that in the beginning is with 9. So perhaps, perhaps this 9 here is, I was going to say, is offering a depiction of what external result or image that we want to draw or want to formulate or want to create. So this 9 here, of course, 9 is what births. So this is giving us a representation of understanding. This is where we are birthing out that seed. So yes, we listen with our inner air, which is 6. Of course, the word inner also equals 6. Here is 33. Inner equals 33. I love this very much. And listening to this, because 33 is also the word. And I'm believing that Jesus was really a bad vibration. So when Jesus was talking about believe, 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 I am believing that this is what Jesus was about, the vibration. And of course, Jesus also, as we learn, died at the age of 33. This is what belief is about. Jesus is that vibration, 33. And we learn this. We learn this being called master, which is 22. 22 for the word master. And of course, Jesus also is the master number 11. If we were to add Jesus, master, or master Jesus, that would be 33. Okay, so just not to go on too long with this, we can always, I think we need to come back to this and to understand that how we can work from the inner air, and of course to the outer air. So that air, of course, this is another thing we need to connect with. The word air, I believe, also have that vibration with the energy, the air energy. Okay, so thank you. And in fact, I'm feeling that I need to really wrap up on this. So do join me on the other presentation on this. Of course, we have done presentations on heart and earth to about number 21 or so, and perhaps this will be 22 or 23. So do join me on the others as well. And on the timer is 32.43. So let's see, we might end up on 33. Okay, thank you for watching. If you like this presentation, click the like button and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualize in self-full love. Stay blessed, stay bright, stay afield, because we are planting new seeds. Namaste. And spill over with love.